In the grand tapestry of the comedic cosmos, Andrew Schulz, like a wandering bard, regales us with a tale of the fickle winds blowing through the realm of stand-up, where jesters vie for attention in the court of laughter.
More, bro.
It hurts so much. Like, Spaniard hates me.
Yeah, it was. It's always tricky, man. I remember Chappelle was on Rogan, and Rogan is the best. He's always trying to like give everybody a shout out and put everybody on. And he was like, "Yo, he was like, Chappelle, you're doing these great shows outside, or in the barn or whatever." And there's another guy who's doing a lot of great stuff online. This guy Andrew Schulz. He's doing these videos online and turn your phone, and he's writing jokes and there's images. And Chappelle just goes, "Yeah, I don't know about that slideshow. I do stand-up comedy." And it was just like, I remember watching like, oof.
That would hurt.
Damn. Like, I was upset. And then I realized that, like, it's a probably similar situation where, like, people around Chappelle thinking they're going to connect with him by going, "Hey, have you checked this guy out? He's also funny." And he's a comic. He don't want to hear about that shit. He want to hear about how he's funny. Like, I've had friends who just at random shows in New York saying that he'll, like, bring me up on stage and, like, take little shots.
Man.
It could be the top of the game. George Lopez, Dave, they'll hold on to shit.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
And the lesson is to not let that happen to you, because there will come a time, you keep going, you're going to be the king, and there's going to be a motherfucker that's going to take your spot to the youth, because you're going to be old. You're going to be 46, 56. You got to remember, I can't be like that. Yeah. I got to break that pattern.
Everybody's a Benny Blanco until they get Benny Blanco'd.
Yep.
Yeah, exactry.
100%.
But right now, it's my time, so I'll enjoy it.
There you go. Okay, so you can't move out of Dallas because you got a kid.
Yeah, I got a 4-year-old.
In this comedic odyssey, Schulz, a modern-day troubadour, recounts a moment when his comedic opus found its way to the ears of the venerable Joe Rogan, only to face the unyielding scrutiny of the comedic sovereign, Chappelle. As Schulz unfurls the narrative, we find ourselves in the hallowed halls of comedy, where reputations are forged like tempered steel, and jesters tread the fine line between accolades and jest. The metaphorical stage, akin to the ancient amphitheaters of Rome, echoes with the laughter of a discerning audience, where even the mightiest of comedians, like Chappelle, stand vulnerable to the critiques of their peers. The metaphorical slideshow that Chappelle cast upon Schulz's comedic endeavor becomes a symbol of the capricious nature of artistic judgment, reminiscent of the laurel wreaths bestowed or denied in the ancient Olympic Games. Schulz, in his candid revelation, mirrors the plight of many an artist navigating the delicate dance of validation and critique, much like Proteus eluding the grasp of those who seek to understand his ever-shifting form. The labyrinthine world of comedy, much like the Minotaur's domain, harbors both camaraderie and competition. Schulz's recounting of George Lopez and others clinging tenaciously to their comedic dominion illustrates the age-old adage that in the realm of jest, one often stands alone. The comedy scene, akin to the Byzantine courts, reveals the intricate dance of power dynamics, where the hierarchy is not easily disrupted. Yet, Schulz, like a modern Diogenes with a lantern seeking an honest man, recognizes the need for a paradigm shift. His plea for humility and the upliftment of new talent carries echoes of Socratic wisdom, urging the comedic philosophers of our age to cast aside the shackles of ego and embrace the cyclical nature of creative evolution. In this comedic symphony, Schulz becomes a maestro conducting a concerto of self-awareness, weaving the threads of humor and humility into a tapestry that transcends the fleeting applause of the audience. The comedic journey, much like the hero's quest, requires not only the conquering of external adversaries, but also the introspective grappling with one's own vulnerabilities and aspirations. In the hallowed halls of jesters and mirth-makers, where humor dances on the edge of a razor-thin blade, emerging comedians such as Andrew Schulz find themselves waltzing through a labyrinth of challenges in the realm of comedic creation. It is a domain where the spotlight is as capricious as a summer breeze, ever-shifting and unpredictable, demanding both an unwavering commitment to one's comedic ethos and a nimble dance with the ever-evolving tastes of the audience. To embark upon the comedic odyssey is to engage in a cosmic tussle, akin to navigating the tempestuous seas on an ancient mariner's vessel. The fledgling humorist is tasked with cultivating a distinctive comedic topography, an intellectual landscape that, like the majestic pyramids, stands tall and enduring. Yet, this comedic Sisyphean task is not without its sirens, the seductive allure of conforming to prevailing trends, echoing the relentless whispers of the wind. In this grand carnival of jest, where laughter is the currency, maintaining authenticity becomes a precarious balancing act. It is akin to traversing the treacherous tightrope of Trajan, suspended between the scylla of conforming to the expectations of the masses and the charybdis of staying true to one's comedic compass. Schulz, like a modern Diogenes searching for comedic truth with a lantern amidst the shadows, grapples with the dichotomy of being both iconoclast and entertainer. The comedic landscape, akin to a Persian carpet woven with the threads of cultural nuances, demands an acute awareness of the shifting sands beneath one's comedic feet. As tastes evolve like the phases of the moon, Schulz, a comedic alchemist, must transmute the base elements of his material into comedic gold. Yet, like Pygmalion sculpting his comedic Galatea, he must resist the allure of conforming to the ever-morphing desires of the audience. This is a modern amphitheater echoing the laughter of the gods, demands that the budding humorist pay homage to the ancient proverb, "Know thy audience as thyself." Schulz, the comedic Odysseus, sails through this uncharted sea of expectations, ever tempted by the cyclops of popular acclaim but anchored by the steadfast mast of his comedic integrity. In the Excalibur of jest, the emerging comedian must wield the Ariadne's thread of innovation, lest they find themselves ensnared by the minotaur of mediocrity. Schulz, like Theseus, wields his comedic sword with finesse, carving a path through the convoluted maze of expectations and cultural nuances, ever mindful of the mythical creature that is the fleeting laughter of the masses. The comedic realm, an ever-evolving tapestry woven with the threads of societal shifts and cultural zeitgeists, beckons Schulz to be both custodian and disruptor. To adapt is to embark upon a chameleon's dance, where the hues of humor shift like the mosaic patterns in Byzantine art. Schulz, the comedic Byzantium, must navigate the complex interplay of tradition and innovation, maintaining a delicate equilibrium to avoid the comedic fall of Constantinople. In the crucible of comedic creation, where the alchemy of laughter is performed, emerging comedians like Schulz find themselves sculpting their comedic Prometheus, stealing the fire of originality from the gods of conformity. It is a task fraught with the Promethean dilemma, to endure the comedic vultures of criticism while gifting the audience with the flame of genuine, unbridled amusement. As the comedic maestro conducts the orchestra of humor, each quip and jest a note in the symphony of laughter, Schulz, like a modern Mozart, composes his comedic opus. The challenge lies not merely in striking the chords that resonate with the audience, but in orchestrating a melody that transcends time and space, much like the harmonies that have echoed through the corridors of history. As Schulz traverses the labyrinth of laughter, he leaves us with a resonant lesson that in the fickle world of jest, the true comedic sage is one who, like the mythical phoenix, rises above the ashes of disappointment, embraces the ever-renewing cycle of comedic evolution, and, in doing so, becomes an eternal flame in the annals of laughter's history.